Hello and welcome. Welcome to my channel. On this channel, I will intuitively read some energy. I am available for personal readings. In my personal readings, I go really deep into the energy of you. All my different decks kind of bring out a different aspect of your character that wish to be viewed at this time. Maybe they're being ignored or neglected. Maybe they're in the shadows. Maybe they are front and center as prominent energy and you're not giving them the credit that they deserve. All my readings are for healing, to bring you back to the Four of Wands, the journey back to self. No. If that's not of interest of you, to you, there will be a message in here for your entertainment, anyway, for your self-growth, for your feminine healing. We have the Moon and Four of Swords, bringing those darknesses into a frequency of healed state. We can start changing our verbiage from the state of I am healing to I am healed. We are in the year of the 9. Let's complete out the cycle. Let's learn the process. Let's bring it into a form of teaching the process. Oh, excuse me. Yes, that yawning, moving energy. Sorry I've gone quiet for a couple of days, a week or so, or whatever, however long it is, but there are some times where there are people that want to silence me or want to be part of the story, that are holding on to an old version of myself that is no longer available. I have the Moon showing up again. The Moon was on that cut. And the Four of Swords. The healing, that feminine energy, healing what is hidden, those things that are in the dark, so we can come forward in a new action of love, a fast-moving frequency of this love is it's so yours to have. It's so yours to hold. It brings in a new perspective of why all the relationships didn't work. I know it's cliche. I know people say it all the time. Because it brings in the true frequency of light. This partnership is loyal. This partnership may have existed in other time, space, and dimension. This is the energy of Ra. If you go there, if you work with these deities, this is the masculine form, the masculine light. This is the feminine energy coming in balance with her masculine and feminine within. The light and the dark, that would be Ra and Ma'at, M-A''A''T. We're going into the Egyptian. Spillage. There's somebody trying to... The transformation process is already complete. We're moving into the rebirth. Right now you are being guided and asked to go within. There is a meditative form that you need to get into so that you can oversee an energy that is trying to dominate you. The Queen of Wands. For me, in this deck, this Queen of Wands is a dominatrix because of her riding crop. She also is carrying the frequency of the sun on her horse. The sunflower is in that horse's mane. I'm getting a no to the dominatrix. Maybe we're trying to see how to move forward in action. There is this Queen of Pentacles that is holding on to a toxic form. There is a Queen of Swords that is bringing her fortune into calmness. So we have the physical, we have the spiritual, and we have the mental. This may be one person. The only way to get through into the rebirth state is to go into this time of isolation, this time of elevation, this time of flight. This is where the star frequency is born when you go into your... the reason why this is my meditation card is once you get into the air balloon, first of all, she's a solo pilot here. She is the only one on the card. There's nobody in here waiting for her to come. She is the one to do it. When she goes in there and she lets off these sandbags and she lets off the weight and the air balloon starts to go up, you're in there for some good time. It's a process. You are gaining a new view of the land below. It's going to give you time to mull over these thoughts, this thought forms, these two thoughts. She's got two swords. It might be the thoughts and the ideas. Who knows? But it is to bring two aspects of yourself into the feminine height. There is some way that we were actively holding on to a frequency that's creating steam, that's creating fire. The devil, that's stubborn. I get no. That's manipulative, being on the strings, and some kind of bondage with the riding crop and the puppetry. Something that you were feeding with your physical attention. You were paying into. You have to go in this meditative state to see where you were paying to be dominated, paying to be controlled, paying to be puppeteered. Why? What? Who was paying for it? Who is that? The family. Maybe you need this higher perspective to see where your family lineage began this paying for bondage frequency, this thing that causes mental distortion. And now we have a, oh, no, we don't. 14, 15, 16, 17. Something is turning. We are allowing the mental space to, okay, so these swords are all pointing down. 8, 9, 10, 11. There's going to be mastery in what thoughts we have to put down. And then these ones are all pointing up. So 6 swords are going to be excuse me. And I feel heavy metal. Whee! Sorry. Show one. Please to make you. I don't have a pen. Can I remember that that's... It's, I can't even remember the name of the band. Something is coming into destined plan. Once we get into this higher perspective of these thoughts have to be elevated. Maybe this bondage stuff is trying to keep you in your lower nature, in your animalistic creation. Okay. Whew. That's the truth. That's the truth. So we have the truth and the rebirth. The Ace of Swords, the rebirth. And there's that family. These are family cycles. This is the... generational trauma. We are bringing judgment, landing on the Wheel of Fortune. I'm going to leave it there. Because you have gone through this death process, she's in the casket, she has surrendered, she is going through the process of the rebirth. The fortune is able to come in, the angelic presence is able to align with your predetermined destined plan. And they will assist you in creating it. Well, can I have that smell again, please? No, that's not the smell. I have fast-moving action of truth landing on the 6 of Swords. So the Knight of Swords is landing on the 6 of Swords. And what are we moving away from? Oh, it's actually towards. There's some kind of abandonment wound here that is being addressed. That's the next step. The 4 of Pentacles, the 5 of Pentacles. We are abandoning this form of bondage. We're no longer paying our coinage, our real world energy into the frequency of bondage. Oh, that's a big chunk. So the Page of Swords, and then I'm going to put the Knight of Swords on the Page of Swords because they're a pair, even though it landed down here. I have the Tower coming out on the Queen of Wands. The Four of Pentacles coming out on the Four of Pentacles. The Knight of Pentacles coming out on the Devil. This has been a long, slow process. The Queen of Swords is the one that has been in this state of... The mental state has been what has been tied up in this frequency of disappointing emotion. Oh... The bondage has led you to choosing the wrong frequency of love, of not understanding what is for you and not understanding what you're supposed to pass by, based on it being lust over love. Because when you're in the state of bondage, you're in the state of lust. When you're, oh, the sun. The sun is coming in sideways on the 6th. Calmness is coming along with happiness and light. Here's this masculine form again, raw. Excuse me. Masculine deity. And then I have the 6 of Swords coming out again on the bottom. Just like, it's just like, yes, calmness is on the way. For sure, for sure. For sure, for sure. What about the Star card? Oh. They're going to help you create this destiny. Okay, we have extras coming out here. We have 2 that flipped over. So we are being asked, the page, to be careful when we are in a state of confusion and when we're carrying weight that doesn't belong to us. Be mindful of when people are offering you a cup of love. So this is after you get into your calmness and love approaches. It may be some kind of confusion trying to make you carry weight, the weight of bondage, even after you get out of your chaos phase and into calmness. Work on yourself. Work on filling your own cup and collaborating with. 3 of Pentacles. Collaborating with other people that have gone through the doorway of chaos into calmness. Other people that have experienced the same thing. This is moving backwards now. Moving backwards 1 step. Let's keep the focus on us. 5 of Wands, 4 of Swords, King of Pentacles. People that want to be in conflict with the fact that you're healing are just trying to slow down your process. They too are adhered to this frequency of bondage without knowing it. The reason why they're so upset with you is because you're taking the time to mentally unbind. So I have, let me see. So we have the Sun card came out also. Oh, the Knight of Pentacles. The Knight of Pentacles. Where'd that So this is a tough frequency here. We have 84, and 84 was coming out in a different reading today. And then we have 6 and 6. So what is that? 90 and 90. We have 10 more things to witness before we're through. The Wheel of Fortune is staring at me at the bottom here. We're very close to completing the cycle. It has taken a long time. There has been, let me see. 14, 28, 10. There has been a hard cycle of mental manipulation. Self-caused mental bindings and something that made you feel the need to protect your young. This chaos frequency was stirring up emotional trouble. And it was forcing you to use your intuition over your intellect, because your intellect was being manipulated. All of it was for an understanding that by paying this coin, paying this frequency, you were doing the work to keep this in flow, to keep this bondage alive. Then we have 10 Pentacles. 10, 10. That's the frequency. Oh! This is a 28 for a 10. And then this is 10 Pentacles. There's that other 10, 10. So when you look at all the pieces together, the completion is already there on the table. The full puzzle can be solved. Whatever you have, whatever work you've done in the real world now, whatever work you've done in the mental space now, lay it all out in front of yourself so that you can rearrange it in the way that you need to be able to see that you've already completed the cycle. Then allow your unconscious, your conscious, and your subconscious mind to all come together to witness that you have already completed the task. You've completed the task in the mind space, and you've completed the task in the real world so that you can elevate out of the bondage frequency. Let's do some closing the contracts, closing the cycles, releasing the soul ties. Let's do some forgiveness, ho'oponopono. Ho'opono, is that how you say it? Ho'oponopono. I think that's how you say it. I keep saying it the same way, so. Let's do some radical acceptance of our part, the parts that we played in holding ourselves back mentally, and all the attention that we gave, the attention, the time, the money, the effort that we paid into holding ourselves in a frequency of bondage because we were mentally in the belief system that somebody outside of us had us bound, but it was actually our own frequency of chaos that needed to be transmuted into calmness. 4, 6, 8. It's a progression. It's progression. It's slow progression, but it's a progression. I have 444 showing on the bottom. So your guides, your angels, your spirit team are with you. Now, I've given up the idea of only being in the light, because when we denounce our whole shadow, we disassociate again with the part of ourselves that we just brought into the light. So learning that our darkness is not a bad part of ourselves is part of the process of releasing this hold, this grip, this binding, this mental confusion, or this feeling of holding on. There is light ahead for the darkness, as long as you are willing to understand your involvement on when your family started the frequency of bondage. You're not the first person in your lineage to come up against this bondage, but you are the person that was sent to witness it from a higher perspective, to integrate it, to expose it, to speak the truth about it, and to bring your feminine form online. We have been hidden as a feminine form for millennia. This frequency of war is not ours. We were placed in that frequency of war to separate us from the nurturing state of being. The woman is going to be, in these next 10 or 15 years, coming online more and more. That means masculine feminines and feminine masculines are all going to be understanding that their feminine form is the one that holds the power. And the reason why the masculine forms are all at war right now is because they reject their femininity. They reject their nurturing, kind, caring, loving being. Okay, I'm rambling, I'm getting excited, I'm getting emotional. I'm gonna leave it here. My name is April. I love you. Have a wonderful whatever time this finds you. And we'll see you again.